Hey folks, thanks for watching. We're going to see if I allow enough time for my students to weld the welds for the competition. All right, friend, so what we have here is every year we have a welding competition at the community college near us. And so what happens is we have many welding students, but we can only take 4. And so I have to figure out who should go to that competition. And what we usually do, and what I've done in the past, is I have my own little competition to see who the best welders are and who should be able to earn a spot to go to that competition and compete with students around the state. So here's what I do. I have a practice piece that I give them, and I usually give them 5 minutes to practice and to set up their machine for the weld. And then I'll have it on the whiteboard what weld they're going to produce. This year it's going to be a lap with a T. And so I will give them the electrodes that they need to use on the different places. This year it'll be a 6011 on this side of the T and this lap, and a 7018 on this side, and then the lap underneath. And they'll have 15 minutes to do that, be able to chip their slag off, brush it out, and then submit it to me. Then I have these all numbered. I will put their name beside the number, and then I have a friend who's a professional welder, and he judges those welds. We have a video in the past where he looked at all the welds and critiqued them. And so there's no bias on my part, and it's just who produces the best weld. And the top 4 will go down to the welding competition. So, as you can see, my watch is right here. I want to see if the time is sufficient, if I'm giving them enough time to produce that weld. So what I'm going to do is get my welding stuff on. I'm using one of the oldest welding machines in the shop to show them that it can be done on that machine, and it's not like, oh, the worst machine, oh, I got the worst machine, so I didn't do good. So we'll see. But I'm going to produce this weld, and then chip my slag, brush it out, and then we'll take a look at the time. I'm setting my watch there so you can see that there's no editing of the video, and it's not something where I took way longer and made it look way shorter. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my stuff on, and then I'll start. Pay attention to this watch when I go ahead and start, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to have them use the 6011 and the 7018. We're going to do this in the horizontal position, which means it's going to be just like this. It's not going to be the flat position like this. So I am going to take a minute or two and set my amps for each of these rods, and then I will tack this up and start. All right, I tell the students, go ahead and start your machines and do your practice. So I'm going to go ahead and practice here and make sure my amperage is good for this weld. 7018 looks pretty decent. I'm gonna run it at that. I'm running it, on this machine, probably around 100 on this machine. So I'm gonna turn it down a little bit for my 7018, or my 6011, and I'm gonna try that now. I'm probably around 95 now on my 6011. Okay, so I'm a little bit hot on that. So I'll turn that down. Yeah, I'm going to turn that down to around 90 on that one. Okay, so knowing what I know now, I'm going to go ahead and start. Take note of the time. We are at 7:42. I'm going to give myself, I'm not going to rush, but I'm not going to just dink around. So I have to run and get a chipping hammer and a brush. So I'm going to set this up, and then I'm going to do it. Ready, set, go. Okay, done. I would take this and I would submit it. We have 7:52, so I got it done in 10 minutes. I'm gonna give the kids 15 to do it in. And the one struggle I had, I ran out of rod on the first pass, and so then I had to do a restart. Not that big a deal. I'm gonna go ahead and cool this off because it is super hot right now. Cool it off, and then we'll inspect it, and I'll show you where I should have done better. All right, friends, I just cooled it off, so just took a couple minutes. I'm gonna look at this weld. It is super hot. And then we will make our decision. I think the timing is about correct. I think we're gonna give the kids 15 minutes to do this in, and I think that's a good amount of time. So what we have here is I did 60-11 here and here. My critique on this was I went probably a little bit too fast here. It's a little bit thin of a weld. Here it looks pretty decent. If a kid brought this to me, I'd say not too bad. I'd let them move on, I would think. This looks pretty decent. I don't see any big holes in it for 60-11. This is my 70-18, my first one. I think it looks pretty decent. There's no big undercut. I have a little bit of a inconsistency right here and maybe right there, but overall that looks like a solid weld. Maybe a little bit too much of a angle or too much of a speed. Here's my last one, and it looks fine, except for I have a little hole here and a little hole there. But other than that, these would be welds that I would pass my kids on. My big struggle is I don't get much time to weld anymore. I tell the kids all the time, the best welders are the ones that weld all the time. And I was probably the best I've ever been when I was welding in college. I would have a welding class, seeing as I wasn't getting it for a certificate, I wasn't getting it for a degree, it was just a part of my industrial tech degree. I welded for 3 hours a day for 9 weeks, and that was a lot of welding time. And I got to be pretty decent, but now I don't weld that much anymore. And most of the time I'm in and out of booths critiquing students. I like it, it's fun, I enjoy it, but I don't get that much time. So maybe I should just take some time and do some more welds. But I think that'll work for the kids. This will be what they produce. It'll have their number on it. They'll put it in a place. I'll write their number by their name. It'll get judged, and we'll take our top 4 down to the competition. Thanks for watching, friends.